Bitcoin, the first ever decentralized secure protocol bounded by energy, what would it be pricing if you couldn't change it?
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Jeff Booth, a visionary leader, explores philanthropy, Bitcoin's revolutionary impact, and transformative economic theories. We'll dive into his approach and insights. Stay tuned to discover more on these captivating topics.
The natural state of the free market is deflation. And we know that's true because we only use things that provide us more value. And an entrepreneur has to create more value to survive in the free market. So if we use things that give us more value, an entrepreneur has to create more value, then the output of that has to be deflation. In fact, what you're doing is touching a whole bunch of people you couldn't touch with a one-man show right now because you can go direct because of technology. Yeah. So that's a massive productive force, and it's everywhere in our world. And so what that means is prices should be falling everywhere if you live in a free market. They should be falling at that rate everywhere. And you should get richer and richer and richer, even if you didn't work, as other people work for you and the natural course flows. But we don't live in that market. We live in or most people don't, because they live in a credit-based system.
They think it's free.
Yeah, they think it. So in other words, think about this. We've never lived in a truly global free market. We've lived in a control system masquerading as a free market. And from the control system, because the control system is based on debt, and I'm not saying bad people on this, I'm saying a credit-based system can't allow deflation, because a credit-based system would collapse completely. So that credit-based system has to steal the money that should flow to you through deflation, plus inflation, to constantly create more monetary units to make you believe prices go up. And you're inside that system, and everybody's inside that system, making it stronger with all their actions. So you ask yourself, what would it look like if you had a decentralized secure protocol bounded by energy? Bitcoin, the first ever decentralized secure protocol bounded by energy, what would it be pricing if you couldn't change it? And it would be pricing perfectly the global free market. So measured against Bitcoin, prices of everything are falling. It appears to be rising because people are converting Bitcoin to their piece of paper to then measure Bitcoin price. But if you actually realize what is happening is, my house was 300 Bitcoin 5 years ago. My house is 22 Bitcoin today. Energy prices are falling, all prices. And as long as Bitcoin stays decentralized and secure, and when you really understand it, you know it will. It's the only thing that will. It will reprice everything else over time.
Bitcoin could be gearing up for another explosive rally, with analysts eyeing a potential surge to $120,000 by July or August. A key technical signal, known as the stochastic RSI bullish cross, has flashed once again, an indicator that has historically preceded major price rebounds. This momentum-based signal suggests that Bitcoin is entering a strong uptrend, with previous instances leading to gains averaging around 56%, and in some cases exceeding 90%. If history repeats itself, Bitcoin's next leg up could be just months away. Adding to the bullish momentum, hedge funds are increasing their exposure to Bitcoin, taking advantage of the recent price correction. The latest rolling 20-day beta to BTC has surged to a 4-month high, indicating that institutional investors are buying the dip. Meanwhile, Bitcoin continues to find strong support around its 50-week EMA. If this level holds, the stage is set for a parabolic rise, reinforcing the $120,000 target.
Yeah, you're touching on some pretty innovative thinking around economics, right? Certainly. I love the control system. I want to just riff with you before I unpack a little bit more on some of that theory, because I think in your presentation, when I walked in, I heard TCP/IP. I'm like, oh, yeah. And you kind of gave the history lesson of how the internet works,
yeah,
which is a great way to kind of set the table for the infrastructure that we know is blockchain under the covers. And I bring this up because control systems in general were built to house things, right? And they're old constructs.
Yep.
And not to throw another tech paradigm out there, but like when security used to be perimeter based, those were control systems.
Right.
Now we don't live in a perimeter in security. It's borderless.
Right.
Packets can come in. That's why cybersecurity is out of control on the old system. Yeah. Okay. So this idea of the walls coming down of the system, I think is legit. So I am like totally with you on that. What happens next? So I believe that, we have the system, the pressure from the new system. How do you see that evolving? I mean, I can throw all my money into Bitcoin. You did as a hedge. Some people look at it as a hedge today because it's an alternative. It's going up. Hey, I made more money in Bitcoin, but they still got their money here. So obviously, this ain't going to go away overnight. What has to happen? What's the sequence of events in your mind around how the money will flow, the commerce will flow? Is it piece by piece? Is there a needle moving moment? What's your vision on this?
So it'll be very chaotic because most people are giving today, because it's the cognitive dissonance of your brain trying to understand what I said, right? And you can nod, everyone nods their head and they know that the free market is deflation, but they don't realize then everything that they're doing outside of living in that is empowering a control system. So that's actually why I use TCP/IP and the internet as an example. What would it look like as people tried to come to this new paradigm from their old paradigm, and that change was so hard because they were trying to mesh their old way of living into the new paradigm, and the new paradigm didn't care. Every 10 minutes, it was imposing a discipline bounded by energy that was an honest ledger. And so what it would mean is it would be repricing this. And so the Bitcoin's IRR for the last 15 years is compounded annual growth rate is 45%. Yes, it's volatile, but that means if you're investing in houses and you have 8% return, you're losing 37% a year against Bitcoin. So, but you think you're winning because winning because somebody else is losing money against houses. So you think you're winning, but you're actually losing. And so why that's going to be chaotic is most people don't understand.
So that's rationalization.
It's a rationalization. Just like if you were in Argentina, people look in Argentina as their currency got totally debased, going, why didn't they understand? When they're doing the same thing in the U.S. today.
Bitcoin is capturing attention as it hovers near the $70,000 mark, creating debate over whether prices might dip below this threshold. Traders highlight the influence of looming liquidity on both the upside and downside. Dips to multi-month lows remain possible, yet analysts also argue that $80,000 support appears strong and primed for a rebound. All eyes are on the Federal Open Market Committee, with the upcoming decision on interest rates poised to shape sentiment. Chair Jerome Powell's comments hold special weight, as any hint of a softer policy could send markets into a frenzy. While many expect the Fed to keep rates steady, hints of quantitative easing would spark renewed optimism, potentially boosting Bitcoin's value. Meanwhile, data suggests that certain groups of Bitcoin holders are turning more resilient. On-chain analysis shows newer investors continuing to accumulate rather than sell. This strategy, often seen during previous market corrections, indicates belief in Bitcoin's underlying strength. With supply effectively shrinking, any new surge in demand could drive prices to fresh highs and beyond. Historical patterns also point to exciting times ahead, as April and October typically deliver strong returns for Bitcoin. Some estimates suggest it could even surpass six figures before June, targeting up to $126,000. While skepticism abounds, cautious optimism grows, and the fear of missing out intensifies whenever buyers spot dips worth seizing. Recent social media data reveals heightened attention around $69,000 and $100,000, with investors fearing a dip below the former and eyeing the latter. Research indicates that extreme crowd expectations often inspire reversals, making this a crucial tipping point for continued bullish momentum. With so many indicators aligning, the coming weeks promise to be anything but dull for Bitcoin. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Zella. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.